everyone. If you're new to my channel, my name is Juliasurface and I am a rising sophomore at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville. This is a very kind of random short notice video that I decided to do, but I decided to do this orientation video because one, if I waited until next year to try and film this, I would probably completely forget everything because it would be 2 years ago. So, while the information is somewhat fresh on my mind, I might as well make a video about it. And two, I know that orientation is online this year. It is completely different than what I did in person, but I feel like it's really important to have content out there that people in the future can look at and just kind of see like what a normal orientation process is going to look like. I feel like I say this in every video that I do that's kind of like a sit down video, but things change and what may have happened during my orientation may be a little bit different than what will happen in the future. I know that some programs have different policies about orientation and how long you have to stay. For example, my roommate, she was in the 1794 honors program and she had a 3-day orientation while normal rest of the student body had a 2-day orientation, but I was just with the normal student body orientation, so my orientation was 2 days long. Today when I'm filming this, it is June 2nd and I believe I went to orientation June 3rd and June 4th. So that's crazy to think that literally a year ago I was at UTK as an incoming freshman doing orientation, just honestly scared out of my mind because I had no idea what I was doing or what I was getting myself into. I feel like orientation started like really early. I want to say like 8 or 9 in the morning, something like that. So my mom and I, we actually got a hotel room the night before orientation started just so that we could be in Knoxville and kind of just like get adjusted and not feel like rushed in the morning, because I live in Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is about 2 hours away, which is really not too far away, but for the sake of convenience, it just worked out better for us to go ahead and go to Knoxville a day early. When I went to orientation, everyone went to the student union. We went and got a name tag with like our group number. It said our names on it, and it also had our major. I think I actually may have that name tag, so I'm gonna go see if I can find it really quick. So I actually found it. So you have this really nice, I don't even know what this thing's called, your Tennessee necklace thing that you put around to just have it on you, and it's visible and everybody can see like what your name is and everything. And it says new student and family programs. It has your name, where you're from, your advising group, so that's like based on your major, and then it has your small group. And then on the back here, that is my sticker for when I got to go and choose my courses for the fall of 2019. So your advising group is based off of what college you're in. I was in advising group I because I was an exploratory major. That is a part of the College of Arts and Sciences, but every single major has like a different letter that they have. Like for example, the College of Agriculture is A, the College of Business is B. I'm making that up, but just so that you can understand what I'm trying to say. And then your small group, that is when they pretty much randomly put you in these small groups, and it's about 30 people, I want to say. When you're in your small group, those are the people that, if you watch my UTK Freshman Insider's Guide video, those are the people that you're pretty much going to make connections with and hang out with for the next 2 days or however long your orientation is. I had friends in different majors, different cities. I mean, it's literally pretty much random, but literally I still talk to some of the people that I met in my orientation small group, so it is super duper important to make those connections in your small group because you will see them around campus, and also really get to know your orientation leaders. They're known as OLs. These group of students have dedicated a lot of time to learning the content and making sure that your orientation experience is as smooth as possible. They are there to answer any questions you may have, and they are current students at the university, so they know what's going on. You can really ask them anything, or if you have any concerns, they would be more than happy to answer them or direct you to a resource. So after you get your name tag, you and your parents or your parent, mine was just my mom, we went to the student union auditorium, and that's where everyone is. and you just stay there and you have a ton of information thrown at you. Make sure that you have a piece of paper and a pen or your phone with notes so that you're able to get all that information. That goes for the entire 2 days or however long you're going to be there. Literally so much information is going to be thrown at you. You need to make sure you have somewhere to write down everything that they tell you. So eventually you and your parent are going to get split up because they're going to start calling small groups. They'll be like,
small group number 1, go to this corner. Small group number 5, go to this corner.
So you're going to start going towards your small groups, and the parents will stay in the auditorium because they're going to get more information that is more parent oriented, and then you go and just hang out with your small groups and you just kind of get to know everybody in that small group, you know, introducing yourselves and chit-chatting and having fun pretty much. So obviously I don't know like the exact order of how everything occurs, but basically like you and your small group, you guys are going to get information from your OLs and you guys get to ask questions. You get to play games together. It's just kind of like bonding time basically with kids that are, you know, the same age as you and going to the same university, and just you all are feeling the same things, and it's just really fun to like meet new people, get the reassurance that you're not alone and being scared and nervous. Eventually you're gonna go back into the student union auditorium with no parents. It's just your small group leaders and small group and the rest of everybody else. You're going to get information said to you about procedures and programs that the university has, and the OLs have a really cool program that they put on about diversity, and once again they worked really hard to do that, so just be respectful to them. After the end of day 1, most people stay in Brown Hall, which is a dorm on campus that is really popular for incoming freshmen and people in LLCs. So it's super duper nice. They definitely give you a really nice dorm to stay in. I personally did not stay in the dorm. I actually went back to the hotel that my mom was staying at. It just kind of worked out better for me to do that. It really doesn't matter. You can literally do whatever you want after the day is over with, but most people stay in Brown, so a lot of people drop off their stuff in Brown. And at the end of day 1, you go to the T-Rex, which is an exercise facility, and there's a field out there, and all around the field there are clubs set up waiting to talk to you and waiting for you to come up to talk to them. That is a great way to see what clubs are available at the university, and that's how you can get your contact information to them so they're able to contact you about future events and like what's gonna happen. So going to that T-Rex field is super duper important. I highly suggest doing it. It's not necessarily required, you can just leave, but I really think it's worth your time to stay and do that. Like I said, I did not stay in the dorm that night. I just want to warn everyone, you're going to wake up to the sound of Rocky Top blasting super duper loud, and I'm not even kidding. Literally, Rocky Top is blasting in your room at like 6:30, 7 a.m., something like that. Yeah, you're gonna get a nice Tennessee welcome for day 2. After you wake up, you go eat breakfast at Stokely, and then you meet up with your small group for the last time. You just kind of have like a reflection period. I don't know what the parents did that day, but I know that we just kind of had a reflection period and just hung out until it was time to go meet with our advisors to go choose classes. So what you do is everyone gets split up into their advising groups. Like I said, I was in advising group I, and in my college, I know that not all the colleges did this, but in my college, which was the arts and sciences, they gave us an advising handbook. So you can find all this information online, but it was so nice to have a physical copy. I was able to flip through these pages and see like what was required of me with my general education requirements. I had to make sure that I took social sciences and your natural sciences and your foreign language. So this was super duper nice to have, but like I said, it's online, so I would highly suggest going online and checking out courses that you have to take for your major and just the requirements that your major has for you. From my college, I had a meeting at 12:50 with my advisor. I really really love my advisor. She was so helpful and just so amazing. I was an exploratory major and she was easy to work with and just completely made my freshman year so amazing. And I don't have her as my advisor anymore, but she was awesome. So I went in and met with her and she helped me go through all the classes and make a schedule for myself. You only have 30 minutes with your advisor, so I went down to a computer lab in the exact same building to finish up making my schedule. You can stay in that computer lab as long as you want to. You can take as much time as you want to. There's no rush when it comes to making your schedule. They want to make sure that you're happy with everything. And then after you make your schedule, that is the end of orientation. You go and find your parents in Hodges Library. I think the library has like different things set up for them. I'm not 100% sure what was in there. I really just went in there to go find my mom. But yeah, you're free to go after that. After you've registered for classes, that's literally the last thing you need to do for orientation. A tip for prospective students, because it's kind of too late now for incoming freshmen, but if you sign up for orientation early, if you get the earlier dates, then you will have a larger selection of classes to choose from. So for me, like, I really like having my classes early in the morning, so I was able to do that. So if you have a later orientation date, you may have a slimmer pool of classes to choose from because they're already full from everybody else who came. That's it for orientation. I hope this video was helpful in any way possible. I will see you guys in another video very soon. Bye.
My heart